which means rolling up. Allah said, take off both of your sandals. Take off that that's created from the earth and from the heavens. Take off your ego and your humanity. Because he was asking to see his Lord. How can you see your Lord if you're something other than your Lord? When the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ made his Isra Miraj, that part of the heavens, his intellect, that revelation, the Quran, it come in his heart, was the full extent of this heavenly power of only reaching the seven heavens. His physical body being a conduit of that, and the revelation being a conduit of that, still was not enough to be in unity and oneness with Allah Almighty. So he was telling Musa, you have to share everything created in you. If you want to see me, because Allah Almighty has no beginning and He has no end. And that's why when someone knows themselves, they know their Lord. They don't know themselves through their intellect. They don't know themselves through their created being. They only know that essence of themselves, that internal, infinite being in themselves. That is Allah Almighty. We don't understand. And we're the only ones, human beings, that interfere with our orbit. And that's why we can never reach to our orbit unless Allah Almighty sends someone to us to direct us to our orbit. Allah says, don't you think that you may penetrate the secrets of the universe and reach to the essence of your Lord without guidance? The guide cannot be with the mentality of creation. They have to be with the mentality of creator. Allah says, when those servants come to me fighting that part of them that's created to remove that shell and decadence of creation, created things on them, I become their eyes, their ears, their tongue, their hands, their feet. I possess them. And that's why Allah says, follow them. If you follow them, you're following me. If you love me, you love them. If you love them, you love me. We think that we may say, I bear witness that there's no God but Allah and the Prophet is His messenger. Yes, that's good and that's true. When we're saying that we accept every message that Allah has given in the Old Testament, New Testament, in the Quran. The only thing of reality that we receive in this world is truth. And when those prophets, may Allah be pleased with them, and those inheritors come to us and they give us truth, all that truth is breaking down the created being in ourselves and separating us from that falsehood that has a beginning and has an end. That is not truth. We say that shirk is following someone. Shirk is setting up partners to Allah Almighty by allowing created things to be our God. And that can be in ourselves. We all walk around here with the ego necks all up. I done read something. I know a little something more than you know. So I'm over you. So our arrogance come out. We begin to look down on someone else that does not, we think they don't know. But everybody knows. They just don't know that they know. And that's why the prophets came to us and then heard us come to us and say, you know. And when they come with the truth, that truth is a weapon. Allah says, if there's any good in you, He will make us to listen. When that truth comes into us, it begins to stretch us. Begins to stretch us so that when we cause harm to our souls, we are aware of it. We're no longer babies, innocents. We know what we do. And then when Allah Almighty sends the chastisement, which comes from us, to us, we start to think, wait, what did I do? Was it for that one? What am I getting it for? See, one thing about Allah's mercy is we're all guilty. I'm speaking to you from experience. We're all sinners. But we have to learn from that part of us that rebels against Allah Almighty. Why would Allah Almighty put that in us? Why would Allah Almighty create shaitan to seduce us into that, to bring that out, to make us to be rebellious? It is all of the part of a resistance training. Allah says, we come from Allah, we shall return to Allah. That is a journey. That's why Allah says, okay, I'm going to test you. You say you believe, but I'm going to test you like you've never been tested before. Send it all kinds of ways. Allah shuts us down. We go into poverty. We go into decadence. We become sinners. We become criminals. We become crazy. We become ill. We become separated. We become desolate. Musa said, oh Allah, if you have any good for me, he had beat Musa down and prepared him for when he came up to that mountain. When he said, Moses, take off your sandals. Moses didn't think his physical shoes. He knew exactly what Allah Almighty was saying because Allah Almighty had already prepared him for the mountain. We're always going through a process. We all have to go through a process. There was no prophet that Allah Almighty sent that didn't go through a process. That's why Allah says there's no distinction between them. Why? Because Allah is in all of them. When they remove the creation of themselves, that part of them that was false had a beginning and had an end. There was only Allah Almighty. So there's no distinction. There's no distinction in Allah. Allah is Allah. And Allah has put that essence in us. That is the greatness of us. That is the greatness of us. When we start to cherish that and we start to nurture that and look for guidance and trainers to reach that, then Allah Almighty become our eyes, our ears, our tongue, our hands, and our feet. Then there's no distinction between us and 124,000 prophets, even though that we're not prophets, we don't need to be, because that essence of Allah Almighty that was in them now is in us.
Takbir! 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 Takbir!
That's why those people are humble, because they know it's their Lord in them. Beware of humble people. They carry power. They respect everyone. Why? Because Allah respects everyone. Allah loves everyone. And they have a universal mind. The message was universal. So that message that came 1,500 years ago in the heart of beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam have been penetrating the years from that time up until this time. And that truth have been going into the people and fighting the people, causing them to have an internal fight in themselves, Armageddon in themselves, ego against their soul, which is from Allah Almighty. Who do you think is going to win?
Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
So wisdom is to surrender. Don't be good today and then you bad tomorrow. And it's not easy to be good all the time. And that's why we're in need of a boost. And that was the purpose of the prophets. They came with a power. They came with superpowers. We see Superman and all these. They are taken from biblical and Islamic history. They're taken from the power of the prophets. Who was more of a superman and superhuman than the prophets of Allah Almighty? Was Musa not superhuman when he parted the Red Sea? Was Jesus not superhuman when he brought people back from the dead to the living and brought a table spread from the heavens?